Hey guys, we are in the basement, and today we're going to talk about a game that is probably one of the most played games in this basement. You know, when I first started collecting, there was one game in particular that I really wanted to have. It was high on my list because my wife and I played this game a lot when we were dating, and it was Golden Tee Golf. That's right, a golf game. You know, all the bars, even to this day, they always have these Golden Tee games, and my wife and I always play them. We also played this dartboard a lot too, but we just loved this game, and it's a great golf game. Now, Golden Tee, I think it's the most produced game ever. I mean, the first Golden Tee came out around 1989, and they've been producing a new game every year ever since. I mean, that's like over 20 years of making Golden Tee. Now, the first series of games were kind of simplistic and two-dimensional. Then they came out with Golden Tee 3D, and then they came out with the Fore series, like around, I think around 2000, and that's what I have here. It's Golden Tee 4 complete. Now, they came out with, like, you know, 2000, 2001, 2003, 2004, 2005. This one here is actually all of those games on one board, and that's why they call it complete, because it has 26 courses. Now, currently, they have what's called Golden Tee Live. That's the current series, and that's the series that is after 4. But for me, I mean, the best value right now for a homeowner is to get a 4, because you can get these fairly inexpensively. The live ones are still very expensive to purchase. This is an original dedicated cabinet. It's got the little marquee topper up there, which is pretty cool. A lot of times you'll see these games in conversion cabinets, meaning they'll take an old game like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or other big, usually 4-player cabinets, and convert them into Golden Tee, because Golden Tee has a 27-inch monitor, and also a pretty big control panel. You know, you've got a trackball here, and you kind of need a lot of room to play this game. Now, also, what I installed on here is a little kit here. You see I have 2 buttons, a green one and a blue one. Right now, the green button is lit because that's for Golden Tee. If we press the blue one, it'll switch to Silver Strike Bowling. Silver Strike and Golden Tee are both made by Untitled Technologies. They both have the exact same control panel, same button layout and everything. So if you get one of these cabinets, it's very cool to get one of these switcher kits and have Silver Strike and Golden Tee in one. And I'll show you guys how that kind of looks inside after. But right now, I think I want to show you guys how Golden Tee plays. So why don't I set up a tripod, and we'll do that right now. Okay, we have the tripod set up here, and so again, I want to show you guys the control panel. Basically, what you have is a trackball here, and when you swing the club to hit the ball, you want to go back to do the back swing, and then forward to the forward swing. And it all depends on how straight you do this. If you want the ball to go perfectly straight, then you need to go perfectly straight back and perfectly straight forward. And then also you can do these kind of hook shots. If you see here, you can, I don't know if you can see with the glare, but you know, right here on here it says, you know, if you want to do this shot where it kind of hooks to the right, you go A, which is right here. So that means you take the trackball to A first, and then you go 1, which is right here. So to do that shot, we basically would go down and to the left, and then forward and to the left to do that hook shot. And, you know, for the most part, I pretty much do straight shots. I'm not that good at this game, like all games. But, you know, some people are really skilled at this game, and it's all about those hook shots and those kind of trick shots, but not me. Okay, so anyway, why don't we go ahead here and start a game. And you can play up to 4 players, and we're going to do a 1-player game. And I'll just show you guys a couple holes. I mean, you'll get it pretty quick. It's a golf game. All right, we did a 1-player game. Now, again, we got 26 courses to choose from here. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick Crawdad Swamp. And we'll say we'll do the front 9. You could play front 9 and back 9 are all 18. And this is actually one of the better courses out there, and it's pretty cool. Alright, so here we are. We've got on the right here our clubs. It says it automatically picks a driver for me. If I want to change the club, I go left and right with the trackball, but we want to do a driver because we are driving. And then if you look here on the left, it kind of shows you where the ball is going to land. Right there, that little, at the end of this thing, 290 yards. The ball should land somewhere around there. And you can see over here on the right, we've got the wind blowing to the right. So at 5 miles an hour. So I'm going to try to aim a little bit to the left. But overall, I'm going to do straight back and then kind of straight to the left. And try to land it on the green somewhere in here. All right, here we go. So I'm going back on the trackball for the backswing. And now I really want to hit the trackball as hard as I can to go forward. And so that was pretty good. It's kind of hard with the tripod in the way. And so I just got a longest drive on this course, so we're going to put our initials in here. And this game's pretty cool because it keeps a lot of statistics and stuff. And so all the people that have played this game in my basement, when I have friends over, we actually have big, long tournaments and stuff. Keeps track of all those records and who got the best scores on every hole. All right, so we're right by the green here, so let's see if we can get on there. And the wind again is blowing to the right. And we're going to change the camera view to kind of see where the ball's landing. And we're on the green. And this game's pretty great because it has announcers in it, and they actually do a really good job. I know Peter Jacobson is kind of like the celebrity endorser of this game. He's also an announcer. I guess he's a golf guy. I actually don't really know who Peter Jacobson is, but I know he endorses Golden Tee. And, oh, that was a bad putt. And so right now I'm going to try to get par, and I did. So we got par on that hole. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. That is the whole game. I mean, you play 18 holes of this, and it's really a lot of fun. And it's really easy, and what's cool about the game too is there's lots of like shortcuts and secrets and Easter eggs in this game. So if you get really adventurous and kind of go off the course, you'll find like aliens and stuff. So they kind of have a good sense of humor about this game, and it's pretty cool. So okay, I tell you what, why don't you get it? I mean, it's golf. I mean, if you haven't played this game too, you must be living under a rock. All right, so why don't I show you guys Silver Strike Bowling? And so I pressed the blue button, and we quickly switched to Silver Strike. Now, Silver Strike Bowling came out, I think the first year was around 2004, maybe 2005, and that's what I have. I have the first version of this game. This game is actually hard to find. It took me a long time to find a copy of this board or whatever. It's actually a computer it's an entire computer system. It's not like a PCB like a lot of games. It's actually a computer. It's a big custom computer case with a computer inside of it, and it hooks into a Jamma harness. And it took me a while to find one. I actually found one on eBay for a pretty good deal. And it is bowling. I mean, it's literally bowling, and there's nothing else about it. You can play up to 8 players, which is great. But this is an awesome game for casual play. It has the same kind of hook shots, but at the end of the day, this is a bowling game. I mean, you could select your bowler, so why don't we do male? And I'll pick that. And the control scheme is pretty much identical to Golden Tee. You want to go back and then forward. And there you go. We got 8. But this is such an awesome game. Like, when people come over, people who aren't gamers, it's a great game, and it really makes this cabinet that much more useful to have these two awesome games that really anyone can play. They're just total casual games. I mean, everyone gets bowling. I mean, look at Wii Bowling, how successful it was. I'm not doing very well. All right. We'll just do another frame. And what's also cool about this game is that if you play more than one person, you can play a poker version of bowling, which basically it scores exactly the same as it is now, but it adds this other feature where every time you get a strike or a spare, you draw a card from a deck of playing cards, and essentially you're trying to get the highest poker hand at the end of the game. And so it's an alternate way of scoring the game. So you could decide to play for traditional bowling score or for highest poker hand. But anyway, that's it. That's Silver Strike Bowling. I tell you what, why don't I open up the cabinet and I'll show you guys kind of how the switcher works and how the boards and all that kind of looks inside. Okay, so I opened up the game here. I'm going to kind of show you how this works. This is actually a really great setup because you can pull this drawer out, which is the control panel, and then this is also hinged too, and this will open up like that, but I'm not going to actually undo it right now. It's kind of hard to get to. But right here is Golden Tee. So this is the Golden Tee PCB. If you look here, it has a 3D FX video card. How funny is that? I had a Voodoo 3DFX card in my PC a long time ago. So they're using kind of custom 3DFX video cards. It has like a traditional PC power supply, and this is the hard drive for the game. Now this game has like a security scheme. This hard drive is tied to this board. I forget how it works exactly, but you can't just like change this hard drive and play like a newer version. You have to have the right security key on here that matches this hard drive, matches the hard drive software. You can swap this out with another complete hard drive, but that's the only hard drive that'll work with this board currently because of the security chip that's in here. Now back here, this is the switcher kit, and they call this the Perfect Solution Kit. It's a very expensive kit. I got really lucky. A guy in Clove, Militia Man, thank you, bro. He hooked me up with this kit for $150. It's like normally like $400 just for that little kit, and that's what switches between the games. And you can't see, but on the bottom of the cabinet in the back is the computer for Silver Strike, and it literally is a computer. It's a big aluminum case. It looks just like a PC. It is a PC, and it has a custom video card that you plugs into a Jamma harness. And essentially, this right here is a Jamma switcher, and so you plug 2 Jamma harnesses in here, actually 3. Well, one goes to the cabinet, the monitor, and the control panel, and then one goes to the Golden Tee board, and then one goes to the Silver Strike on the bottom. And so basically, when you press one of these buttons, it basically is switching the video input and the controls to the other board. And this switcher, unlike other switchers, is specifically designed for Golden Tee and Silver Strike because it has to switch all of these controls from one to the other, and it works really well, and I like it a lot. And so if you've got one of these, I highly recommend the Perfect Solution Kit. You can get it at HAPPControls.com. You can also buy it direct from the manufacturer, which is Amusement Technologies. It's a great setup, and thanks again to Militia Man for hooking me up with that. Another thing that's cool too that I should mention is that Golden Tee has a modem in it, and this game actually would phone home to the IT, the Incredible Technologies servers, and you could have like tournaments and online leaderboards and all that crap. The bummer is they turned that off for the Fore series because currently they're doing the live series, and they actually don't want people at home connecting to their servers. They actually have done a lot of steps to prevent that because they don't want people basically cheating and entering these tournaments from home, because they do give away cash prizes for these games, believe it or not. And you can actually go to a bar right now, play Golden Tee live for money, and they'll give you real cash if you do really well in the tournament. It's actually really cool. But anyway, that's pretty much that is the Golden Tee and Silver Strike dedicated cabinet. Another thing that's really cool down here, actually, I want to mention is, see this? You can get these Golden Tee cards. I actually have one myself. And so you basically walk up to a machine and you swipe your card, and then it keeps track of all your stats and settings for your player. And on the current version live, there's even more of that kind of stuff it keeps track of, like there's outfits and equipment and balls. It's actually really cool. Anyway, I think that's about it. That is Golden Tee Golf and Silver Strike Bowling. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks again, by the way, for subscribing to my little channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Click that little subscribe button, and you can kind of, get a little alerts and stuff when I upload new videos. I try to put them up every week. Other than that, guys, check out my podcast at videogameoutsiders.com. That's Video Game Outsiders. We've been doing that podcast now for about 6 or 7 years. We were voted the #1 Xbox podcast by the Xbox Live community, so check it out, videogameoutsiders.com. And other than that, guys, we'll see you later.